Got another game for you. This one's a great one. Bucky O'Hare. Came to me not working. We have to get this working, buddy. Well, how are you feeling? You got John Rigg'd here. I love taking games that aren't working anymore and try to get them working again. Sometimes it just involves cleaning them. In fact, most of the time, it just involves cleaning them. But sometimes a little bit of extra help, a little TLC, a little board swap-a-rooney, maybe fixing a chip or a capacitor or something like that too. So, I don't know, it's kind of a fun thing. I've been doing it for, good lord, probably 20 years now or something like that. And I didn't get in the habit of just filming me fixing them until just recently. So I have a whole archive of these. If you're interested in how to fix your own video games, click that playlist. And if you're curious for more of them, I always got more on the way, so make sure you're subscribed. This was sent to me from my buddy Chris in Seattle. He actually posted in a local, what are those things called? Facebook? Yeah, a local Facebook group saying that he got it, wasn't working. I'm like, dude, send it my way, I'll fix it for free. So I'm going to get this working, I'm going to send it back to him. That's the kind of guy I am. Can't do it for every game. I want to do it for this game because I want to see this guy working again. He said it does fire up, but it looks glitched. So I'm going to fire it up, see what it looks like. And for this, I'm just using a standard licensed Nintendo top loader. Yeah, looks glitched to me. Gonna crack it open here. 3 screws on the back. Got my 3.8 millimeter security bit. It's a you can just look up game bit, and you'll find it on there. Ooh, little peeksy inside. Well, I've seen worse, but I've certainly seen better. This certainly looks like it's tried to have been clean. With what? Sandpaper? I don't know, man. There's the back if you're curious. More of the same. This is a TL-ROM, and if cleaning it won't work, I'm going to do a replacement. I'm going to do the board swap, where I take these pins out and put them on a working game board. That's probably going to be best for something like this. If there's a better solution, let me know in the comments for next time, alright? But I'm going to try it this way. Started off with my trusty 1-up card. Fluid side, dry side. Comes with a little juice, which is rubbing alcohol, or isopropyl alcohol, or whatever that stuff's called. I don't think it's called what I just called it. Just a little bit like that. I'm going to place this in here just like this. The board swap is the way to go. But, you never know. Yep, didn't think so. Not even going to try Brasso on this. Let's just do the board swap. I don't know if this is like water damage or what this is, but it looks pretty worn, man. This guy here is a Hako 808 desoldering gun. There's a very small tip at the very end of it, and those go right over the pins. You pull the trigger, the solder sucks up into this thing. They don't make these anymore. This is actually a pretty older version of it. As soon as this thing dies, they do have other desoldering guns out there, but this thing's been treating me pretty well for the last few years, so I know it's kind of on its last legs, too, so when this thing finally fades, it'll be a sad day in the Rigg'd household, no doubt indeed. This very, very last one, this one at the very, very end, is always a hard one to get. Actually, that worked out pretty good. Sometimes the grounding pin, like a pin 16 on one of these, it's like, there's so much, it's such a tight squeeze that it's hard to suck the solder out, and it's hard to pull out, so... And with these unsoldered, I want to remove these as carefully as possible because I'm going to put these in a new board. These need to stay intact. Now, if you accidentally break a pin off, hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully you know what you're doing. Hopefully you have at least somewhat know what you're doing. Trust me, I still break pins too. Even if you do break a pin off, you can still put a wire from where the pin was to the hole, and that will work too. But the trick is to not get to that level where that happens. So easy does it. I'm using this. This is one of those little nifty EEPROM remover tools, or ROM remover tools. Doesn't have to be EEPROMs. Anything will work. And this was a suggestion from my buddy Alex Upton, who said, dude, you got to get one of those. I was using a flat tip screwdriver, shoving it underneath there. And it's like, oh, you could scratch the board. Now, something like this doesn't matter if I scratch the board's already scratched up. However, this thing is super handy. And I'm not wiggling it much, but I can wiggle it a little bit on the underneath part. And I can see the pins moving around. Those are the good ones. The ones that aren't moving, those are the ones I want to double make sure. Because I do not want anything breaking off. I want to keep this as legit as possible. That was a little tougher than I wanted it to be, but all the pins are intact. I'm okay with that. And these ROMs tell me this game has been through some business. Like, I don't know if it was like, it looks like it's been waterlogged. Like someone dropped it in a toilet or something. There's the other one. Here's the other one. Place that aside for now, too. That's what I was talking about. You can see up by the pins. This is kind of whitish material. Ugh. What we do need is a game to replace that has the same stuff on it. And with something like this, a TL-ROM, which would also include like a TS-ROM or something like that, you're going to need something that has that MMC3 chip, which is that guy right there. And although it's not of my best interest to destroy any games, when it means saving Bucky O'Hare, the cheapest TL-ROM I have found, at least so far, is this game. And it sucks because I actually kind of like this game. Again, last effort for something like this. However, I'd rather have Bucky O'Hare than this. I also did test this out, and it does work perfectly, so I think we'll be alright. At least I hope we'll be alright, because I know I'm going to be missing 2 games. I can do the disclaimer of, as always, don't destroy games if you don't have to, or just don't destroy games in the first place. But I also don't want you throwing away Bucky O'Hare. The other question that might come up is, does this devalue your game? I mean, since you're using real parts, real hardware, to me, anything that's not factory fresh, anything that's not straight from the factory would devalue it. Like putting on like a repro label, 100% of course is going to devalue it. Having a new board, some people may not be able to tell or recognize the difference, but you know the difference. So even if you do this and you're like, you know what, I'm going to sell or trade out Bucky O'Hare later on, you should let them know the game is legit. However, the board is new, but the chips are the same. It's not a repro. And this is not considered a repro. Look how clean that sucker is. There you go. There's that MMC3 chip I was talking about right there, too. Just like before, gotta remove both of these guys, put on Bucky O'Hare. Let's give it a shot. There we go. All desoldered. Now I'm gonna go through, and I can see, because this was being kind of stubborn, there's a couple of holes in here that aren't perfect. And what I mean perfect is there's still some solder on the inside. Can't really suck it out with the desoldering gun by itself. You almost need to plug up the hole with solder to create a solid plug, and that way you can solder it all out all at once. And I'm going to do that with a few of these here. Sometimes I'll just kind of like put the plug on one side and look at the other side. Watch it get sucked up. There we go. All right. We're all done with this sucker. Finally. So now I'm going to place these back on the board. Fortunately, if you forget which one's which, it'll tell you right on here, CHR, or there's PRG, and then on the board itself, this one doesn't on the board itself, wait a minute. Well, it's supposed to be CHR, PRG. And take as long as you need to on this, because you do not want to cram these pins in here. You might only have one chance. Because these pins are very brittle. If they bend too much, hey, they'll snap right off. I'm looking at the other side too. I see little pin heads popping up. Looks like I do. And you know it's in because the writing will be upside down. Gotta put the PRG side on this side now. Just like that. Alright, here we go. This is the Astyanax board, and then the Bucky O'Hare game on the 2 chips. Gonna solder it in place, pop it in. This better work, buddy. You know, I feel really bad too because somebody gifted me a really nice circuit board holder, but I haven't had a chance to put it together yet, so I'll get that put together here sometime. And in the meantime, I just want to get this game fixed as soon as possible. I couldn't wait to get this game working here. Alright, we got it. It's all soldered in place. Everything's good to go. If the board was the issue, which it probably was, because that was a pretty grungy board, this will work. Let's check it out. Again, just pop it in just like this. There we go. Turn it on. Are you kidding me? Don't give me that chipper tune. That's not what I wanted to see. In fact, that's the opposite of what I wanted to see today. Oh, dude, there's something wrong with the ROM itself. Chris, I'm so sorry, dude. When I saw that board, I was like, just do a little transplant, no big deal. But in a case like this, and this is where you come in, because again, I have no electronic engineering degree. I have no technical background. I'm just a dude who likes to fix old video games. And my success rate's pretty good. There's a few times I fail though, and when I do fail, I still like posting these videos because I want to ask you, could it be anything else? Everything else is replaced. I mean, the game still works, so it's got to be the CHR chip, right? Somewhere in the CHR. And I don't believe cleaning it with a 1-up card is gonna do it. I could do it if you'd like me to. It's not gonna do anything though. What is wrong with this? Is it fixable? Let me know in the comments. You're smarter than I am on something like this. And can we get Chris's Bucky O'Hare working again? Thanks for watching. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as intended this time, but man, it's all I could, trying. It's all I can do. thank you for watching again, and hopefully next time will be a win. All right, take care. We'll see you.